Hello and welcome to Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. If Scorpio is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Scorpio, this is a bonus reading, and our card tonight is the King of Cups. Okay, let's take a look. And so, if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to hit the like button or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you, especially if you're new to the channel. Definitely shout it out in the comment section. Okay, so we have the number 36. We have a 3 here and a 6, 36. We also have 22. So we have 36, 22. We also have the letter K. It looks like K-I-M, possibly, Chem. Or it could be I'm K or K-I'm, I don't know. But yes, we also have, it looks almost like, I'm imagining like a cowgirl dancing. You can see the little hat, the head's here, the arm is up. It looks like a little dress and the legs are moving around. We also have a person who is on a horse or maybe a bull, and you can see the person sitting right up there. So I'm wondering, we have the two people right here. You can see one here and one here. They're holding each other. There's a heart. So it could be that this is a Taurus person. There's two people right here kissing. You can see they're kind of, one's here, they're embracing one another. So yeah, with the cups energy as well, there's a lot of, I mean, it's emotional. This is like a real deep emotional bond. And I can almost imagine, yeah, going dancing together, going and doing fun things together, really enjoying each other. I think that you probably come from the same area. You maybe grew up together, but I don't think that you've been together forever. This seems like a relationship that started later in life. And I feel like to some degree, there's a sense of kind of ignoring some of the red flags of this person. And I think it's their anger, because we have that person on the bull. It's like, I feel like they've worked really hard to kind of control their temper. And here's the thing that kind of annoys me looking at this. I almost feel like because, and I believe that they're maybe into the zodiac or astrology at least, and because you are a Scorpio of some major placement, I feel like there's almost like a gaslighting going on where they're like, well, you're volatile, you're sneaky, you're, you know, whatever, you're out here flirting with everybody, you're, you know, you do what you want, and then you have the anger issue because you are Scorpio and you do lash out, right? But I feel like this is a distraction from their own behavior. And I feel it's like a weird thing where it's like they know that they have an anger issue. They maybe have even been in like anger management or have had some legal trouble that has caused them to have to go to some kind of, you know, like counseling or something. But it feels like in these situations where Yeah, you're happy, you're dancing, you're trying to enjoy life a little bit, right? You don't need more stress. You don't want more problems or, any other reason to be upset about things. And you're in love, you're dating, you're married to whatever, this person who has their own issues. They know they do, yet they're often unwilling to take responsibility for their own behaviors, their own moods, the way that they react. And I feel like this is something that, I feel like you internalize this dynamic. You internalize their bad behavior, their bad moods, and you think, maybe this is my fault. Maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't talk to the guy at the coffee shop. Maybe I shouldn't, have laughed at my coworker's joke while my significant other was there. It could, because now we're going to fight about it. Now we're going to argue about it. And, and I think that this is something where maybe you kind of understand, because you yourself have your own, moods, and you might be somebody who's a little bit jealous and somebody who, would maybe kind of feel some type of way about some of the stuff that they get upset about too. And so it's kind of like, well, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but at the same time, I feel like in this dynamic, in this partnership, in this relationship, there's a sense of like almost being oppressed, right? And I don't know if this is a past relationship, if this is one that is happening right now, or maybe something in the future. Maybe you're getting to know this person, you are in the process of falling in love, but I don't think that you're unaware of maybe how troubled this might end up getting. But then it's kind of like that thing that they say where it's like a frog that's in a pot of water and it's slowly heating up. So they don't know that they're actually, getting cooked, which is a terrible, I guess, analogy. But I feel like it's kind of like it almost gets normalized. And if you've ever been in a unhealthy relationship, if you've ever had a relationship, a friendship, or even, it could be a relationship with your parents even. You grow up or you've been around this person for some amount of time, it starts to feel normal. The way that you fight, or the way that, they fly off the handle, or their behaviors, your impulses, your whatever. It starts to all feel normal. Like, this is how people live. People fight and they make up and they, and they are constantly in like a game of chess against each other. Well, no, that's not true. Not everybody lives like that. And, really, what a tiring way to live. Always feeling like you're trying to outwit each other or manage each other or make sure that you're not upsetting them. You're walking on eggshells all the time. And for a Scorpio person, I can't imagine that you're going to put up with that for very long. Unless, sometimes, right? Sometimes we just get so in there that it goes on for years, right? We just keep going with it because we're in there. We've already committed ourselves. We're devoted to this path. And it's like slowly sucking our soul, right? And so I want to look at our clarifying cards. I want to look at this a little bit more. I want to see, like, what is going on? Like, are you coming to this place where you're realizing I need to do something different? Are you getting to know somebody and you're thinking, well, maybe I'll start dating again. It's been a while. I've been off of people for a while, and now I want to get out there and see, what's going on in the dating world. And you've met somebody and you're like you're getting to a place where, yeah, we might get serious, but there are those red flags, right? And so let's go ahead. We're going to see. I'm going to flip through, and these are the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And they're beautiful. I love the cards so much. And let's see. Independence, achievement, enthusiasm. Okay. So I feel that immediately universe is telling us, spirit is telling us, you must keep your autonomy in this situation, your independence. Getting involved with somebody like this, I feel like it can almost the first things that you're going to really notice, I think, besides the arguing and stuff, is the financial, it could be abuse even, financial abuse, but the limiting of your ability to make money, them controlling your money, them taking your money, them limiting what money they're giving you. If, like, say you're like a stay-at-home parent, or, whatever, or you're in school, you've agreed, I'm going to finish my schooling, you're going to pay the bills for a while, and, then whatever kind of situation is, but they are withholding from you, right? So independence, top of the list. Making sure that you have the ability to provide for yourself in the ways that you need to, and that they are not running you, right? They're not telling you what you can do, when you can do it, keeping hold of your financial area, the sector of your life, and also keeping tabs on you, limiting you from seeing people in your life, your family, your friends, whatever. So I think this is the biggest thing. Absolutely the biggest thing. Now, achievement and enthusiasm here. And I feel like these two together, right? I feel like it's almost kind of making the choice to put the things that bring you passion in the front of your life. If this is your work, your creativity, maybe you're somebody who volunteers, or you're involved in your community in some way, whatever it is, that enthusiasm is kind of like your savior in life, right? Your passion for whatever you're involved in, that's the thing that kind of keeps you safe. And I think that's because you are not a person who's gone through life just kind of everything's mediocre. I've never really felt that connected to anything or anyone. And then this person shows up and they're like the sun, shining for the first time, and just fully like falling into that devotion and obsession, and it's troubled and chaotic and all that. No, you have had things in your life that you have achieved, that you are passionate about, that you are capable, and you feel confident. And those two things together will keep a buffer from you allowing somebody to come in and just wreck things for you. Okay? And I think that's really what this, comes down to. And so staying focused on your purpose, on your goals, it's a good time to kind of go over those again. Look at it. Look at your 5-year plan. Look at your journals, the lists of things that you've made that you've hoped to accomplish, whatever it is, whatever is going to bring you back to that place of remembering, this is what is important to me, right? I'm not going to lose myself in somebody else. I'm not going to let somebody come into my life and dictate what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. I'm not going to let somebody become the captain of my emotional vessel. I am the king of my own psychic abilities, my own emotional abilities, my own emotional intelligence. And so, you know, and if you have gotten into that place where, yeah, you're already in there and this is already happening, it is an awakening. It's a reminder. Like, hey, wake up. Scorpio, wake up. Because whatever's going on here, this is not you and your consciousness, right? This is you kind of just going through the motions. This is you in this kind of soap opera of a life that I don't think that you like. You know, I think Scorpio, you all get some it's a little bit of bad PR. You know, we think of Scorpios, I think, and I say we, just us who are not heavily placed in Scorpio, right? As somebody who maybe is kind of the instigator, maybe the one that is kind of the emotional assassin in some ways. The person that's maybe not careful with other people's feelings and their, you know, their love, ultimately. But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think it's kind of like a lot of times things get blamed on our beautiful Scorpio kin as being overly emotional. This is you because you're getting upset because you're too emotional. You're overreacting. This, that, and the other. Well, that's all a bunch of BS. You are emotionally intelligent. You feel things, and you're not going to hide it. Right? You're going to be upfront about it. You are going to be, you know, open and honest and following your intuition about things, following your impulses about things, your the impressions that you get about a person or a situation or whatever. Only when you've become kind of enchanted by somebody, you know, do you kind of lose that perspective. And you can, especially if you're with a person who can be quite volatile. I think that amplifies your ability to be kind of volatile in reaction to this other person. And so, you know, I think it is really about finding your strength in your talents, your abilities, your passions, but also tempering self, disengaging more than anything, right? When it gets heated, you walk away. Do not indulge those feelings that are coming out. I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to yell. I'm going to raise my voice. I'm going to show you you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, I'm just going to disengage. I'm not going to get involved in this because it's only going in one direction and it's not in my favor, right, Scorpio? Not in your favor. Don't be drawn into it. Okay, let's see. So we have immediately, I see we have the monk, we have the hermit, we have, it looks like a, well, the first thing I thought, it looks kind of like a little cat, maybe a little cat hanging out outside, little garden cat. We have two cats, right? My two babies, TT and Pudgy, who some of you maybe remember from the old days of the channel. They used to come in and visit. They're indoors all the time. They're indoor cats. But we have a cat that lives outside somewhere. Now we live in the country, so there are a lot of like farm cats around. And I think this cat is taken care of because it looks like it's been eating and stuff. But I see her or him kind of wandering out in the bushes. We live near a lake, so there's also like a lot of animals around. And I just see her out there sometimes meandering. She has not let me near. And now I perceive it to maybe be a girl. I could be wrong. But she doesn't let me near her. She's still very skittish. But I love to just witness, this beautiful creature out there, living her life, just kind of living by her own desire, right? Her own kind of animal instincts. And there's a dog next door as well, and she comes over and she likes to sleep in the sun. She goes up near kind of where my kitchen window is, and there's like a little hill there. She sits underneath this oak tree that's out there. And where there are little spots where the sun comes through, she lays beneath this tree and she watches the lake. And this cat, who's also not our cat, right? She's out there in the bushes and stuff, meandering around, and they live in harmony together. So maybe they're both the neighbors' animals, I don't know. But it's a beautiful thing to see, and it really does. It seems so peaceful and so honest and so just free, just to see them living in their freedom. And so I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing there's this beautiful image of, it looks like a monk or a hermit. We have this the cat out there in nature with this. With the hermit, and I'm just feeling like there's this place where, it's like kind of being with yourself, being with spirit, being in your autonomy, taking some time to kind of clear your mind, to see things from maybe a different perspective. And I feel like having a little bit of a moment for yourself, and maybe for some days, and maybe some weeks, just really gaining that perspective. And I feel like everything coming back together. Now we have the square up here. We have a fish, which represents money, resources. We also have the Ace of Cups. So I do feel like you coming into a place of, refocus your emotions, kind of evening out a little bit here and feeling confident in yourself, right? And with all of the noise of somebody else and their opinion and their raised voice and their maybe a little bit of aggressive demeanor, with the absence of that, you're able to hear yourself so much more clearly. And I feel you really coming to a place where you start to make a decision here. What is going to happen? What's next? What am I going to do? And I think that, it might be a big change in life. And it might be something that you are, maybe a little anxious about, or feeling, a little bit of fear, or even beginning the process of maybe grieving because you are going to be departing from this connection. But, ultimately, I feel like you have to make sure that you're looking out for yourself. Nothing else. It just, period. All right, now let's take a look. We're going to do our gratitude cards here, and I'm just going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. I like that one right there. And it says, divine harmony. I am thankful for the synergy of feminine grace and masculine strength. Their divine union forms in me a harmonious, empowered self. Practice. Embrace the feminine and masculine qualities within you that combined to produce a complete expression of the divine. Yes. Doing that animus work. Absolutely. All right. Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you, and if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel, and if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I love hearing from each and every one of you. I look forward to reading my comments a few times a day. And if you are new to the channel, definitely shout it out in the comment section. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk real soon. Good night.